And Windy City gets the ball back, trailing by 1, just underway here in the second quarter. Bond kicks out to Lindsay. Lindsay, 3 is a little bit long. There's Jones with another rebound. Cunliffe, quick 3. Off the mark, Jones, offensive rebound. Now Larrier, drop off inside. Gabriel with the flush and the foul. And Wenyon immediately goes over to Terry to say, hey, great pass.
He should. It was a great pass.
So Gabriel to the free throw line. 7 points already in this game to go along with 5 rebounds. Hurd out rebounding Windy City 20-8.
Yeah, it's part of it is Windy City hasn't got a lot of shots. They've had some live ball turnovers, but they've really crashed the offensive boards.
Here's Thompson, tries the baseline. Tried to reverse it. Thought he had it on the front side. Tried to reverse it. That gave Gabriel time to make the adjustment.
There was a lot of people underneath there.
And we get a whistle. That's going to go on Calendray. And that'll be the 3rd team foul for the Bulls. Hurd shooting about 45% from the field. Wigginton gets a good look at it and some free throws coming up.
And Wigginton did a good job of turning that corner. And one of the things you'll hear is a rear contest, where if you get beat, you still want to contest the shot. What happened is Windy City, the hand is on the back. Like that to me, and this is one of the things where you talk about teaching the game, right? Like a rear contest, you want to fly by, get in the vision of the driver when they pull up for a jump shot, but don't have any contact. As soon as the contact's there, it's going to be a foul, Ted.
And Wigginton makes him pay at the free throw line.
And I don't want to say I laugh at that, but it's very, very simple. You can never touch a shooter. Anytime you touch a shooter, it'll always be a foul.
And Gabriel, let's say the whistle blows, but no, it's not going to be a foul. Just out of bounds. So you saw the big man go coast to coast with the rebound, and 6'9", they used to say give it up to a guard. Gabriel at 6'9" is a guard.
It is, and there's a no call there. And I'm actually fine with that, Ted. You got, again, these guys are trying to play. It could have been a foul, could have been a turn. Like, you just, okay, no call, and just out of bounds, reset it.
Cook working against Gabriel, and that is a strong move by Tyler Cook. Coming off that big game on Monday, starting to heat up now.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Again, there was no help there. There were no digs. There was a drive that he's able to face up and then go right by. You're going to at least have to shrink the floor a little bit when he's got the ball. Now you got to know who his shooter is so that you don't shrink too far off for the shooters. But you got to look at that just a little bit because one-on-one, he's just too tough to handle.
This is his 3rd game with Windy City on a 2-way contract with Chicago. Averaging 21 points a game in his first 2 contests. Of course, we saw that 30-point performance. He was unstoppable on Monday. Yeah. So 5-point lead for the Herd. They've got the ball. About 9 minutes remaining in the first half. Gilmore swings it over to Jones. Jones will try a 3-pointer. That's off the mark. We haven't seen a lot of long-distance shooting opportunities
they bring the double
Jones.
right away. Sorry, Tim, but they bring that double team right away. And that's what I was talking about earlier, is they realize it nice and early. We're not going to let Tyler Cook beat us. We're going to come down, get the ball out of his hand, make someone else beat us.
Larrier tries a little English off the backboard, but had a little bit too much on it. Now Dotson all the way to the hoop. And Wisconsin wants a timeout to talk about it. They still lead by 3 with 8:29 remaining. Slugfest.
Exactly, and that's where they're at. I think the Herd, you look at from Monday night, if you had a chance to watch that game, Tyler Cook went for 30 points. The adjustment by the Herd tonight, We're going to double team. We're going to get the ball out of his hand, make somebody else beat us. So far, I like the execution of it. Great backdoor on that execution.
Reverse layup by Cunliffe. Beautiful pass from Wigginton.
When you talk about pace, pace happens in the half court. Great job there with pace. They had another action on one side, had a backdoor by Cunliffe. Like really good basketball.
Thompson tries the three-pointer. That is long rebound, Wigginton. 25 rebounds already for the Wisconsin Herd. Gilmore wide open for a three. Nothing but net. Wow. Gilmore 7 points in the game. 3 of 3 shooting. That's his first three ball. And a walk by Dotson. So turnover. And a chance to build on an 8-point lead for Wisconsin. Herd with 17 points off the bench in this one compared to 2 points for the Bulls.
They've been very, very good. Everyone's come in has made a statement.
Wigginton just inside that three-point line. Rebound, Simonovic. Cook decides to pull it out. Had a couple of Herd players in front of him. Now they swing the ball. Dotson looking for an opening. Simonovic, little turnaround jumper. Rebounded by Wigginton. He wants to run. 1 on 3, and glass tipped by Delorier, so the Bulls get it back. Tough numbers,
Yeah, it's a tough attack. Yeah, no question about that. But again, with the way that the Herd have played, I think Coach Allen's fine with just being able to attack a little bit. He's got to read it a little bit better.
That one tapped out. Cook tracks it down. Thompson, he'll try. The long three. Simonovic, offensive rebound. And battling for it, and it's Gilmore that comes away with it. I'll tell you what, Simonovic makes a huge difference when he's in the game. That's the rebounder. Gilmore, that one falls off. Oh, it did everything but fall. Simonovic running the court. A little bit too much momentum on that one.
That's a tough catch, but as the big, if you're going that far past, try to bring it back out. You don't need to force a shot in that situation.
Under 6 to go in the first half.
Roll replace action.
And offensive foul. Do not count the buckets. As they will say, Simonovic got that shoulder into him, and then Marco gets teed up. What do you see here?
That's a situation, just roll replace, and he's going to use the elbow. It was a great job by Wigginton to be able to get there, body up, show his chest, and then force the technical foul, first a turnover. Both of those happened.
Yeah, he was frustrated after that, but I mean, it was pretty clear when you saw the replay. I mean,
absolutely. Anytime you swing that elbow, I mean.
So Wigginton at the free throw line knocks it down to make it 40-31. Yeah, that's when things aren't going your way and you're a big guy like that.
You get those, and you shouldn't, but it happens a lot.
So it's a pretty physical game down there. Huh?
It is a very physical. And more importantly, though, I love that Wigginton wanted to put his body and chest right in the big fella. Like, that's great team defense. And in this league, to have great team anything is tough to do. And I think that's why the Herd have been so good, because they're all bought in, Ted.
6-0, doing something right together. Cook finds himself one-on-one with Larrier and wins that battle.
And right now, you can't reach with your hands. Cook did a great job. He caught it. He had 1, 2, 3, trying to kind of little pound dribbles, and then all of a sudden, he drives the lane. When you're big in that situation, you got to play cat and mouse game. You got to make Cook think, okay, do I want him to shoot? arm drive. There was no resistance there whatsoever, and then the reaching came because you put your hands right in the cookie jar. You got to find the middle there.
Larrier, 6'7" out of UConn. So you've played in the league, you've coached in the league. You want Terry to post up, hold his ground, and make him run you over?
Go right over
that
that tempo. You keep backing up, like, now you're in trouble because he's coming with you with a full head of steam. Good luck trying to stop anybody. And then on top of that, what happens is you reach in and get the foul.
The crowd started to gasp. They thought Rajon was going to throw one down after the whistle. I think Rajon wanted to throw one down after the whistle. Well, that dunk he had Monday night on the missed free throw was
Did he
one
get
you're
in?
going to see for a long time.
Did he get in early?
No, come on.
Did he get in early? Hey, this is entertainment as well as basketball. I'll put it that way.
Well,
might have been a chance.
You just
that
saw
being said,
Rajon make that free throw and then lift his hands in celebration. He was 1 of 5 from the free throw line on Monday, so he was feeling kind of bad.
I was going to say, those hurt when they're 2 points, right? Like, those hurt.
So Gilmore, that is in and out. 4:30 to go in the half. Dotson lost the handle. Javin picks it up. Kick out to Wigginton. Gilmore, and broken up. Good defense by the Bulls. Now Thompson, big step through the lane. That's a big time move.
It was. I'll be honest, though, Ted, I think the Hurts defense has been pretty good. They just give up that layup, but when they've been able to guard as 5 and they've gotten back, their defense, I think, has been very, very good. They've only given up 37 points so far with 4 minutes left in the second.
Larrier comes back in. Gilmore will get a break. A great job by all these guys tonight.
And what we talked about, Ted, most importantly, is they know that this is their time to shine as well. They know. Don't think that they don't sit in the locker room when they see the Bucks come down and think, this kind of stinks a little bit. I don't get a chance to play a whole lot. Like, those thoughts come in. That's where Coach Allen does a great job of managing expectations, communication. Like, that's where that all plays a huge factor. But now they know it's their time to rock out tonight, Ted.
Speaking of rocking out, there's Tremont Waters knocking down a 3-ball. So you're saying some of the guys in the locker room aren't sitting there wondering, is Coach going to play me over Jordan Wara?
Exactly, right? Like, they know what the expectations are, but they're glad they get to rock out a little bit tonight. Don't think that they didn't get the good nap and all that stuff. Like, they're ready to go.
All right, 10-point lead. Hurd to lead the Bulls. We'll be right back. Steinhafels is tonight's sponsor of the best seats in the house. 2 lucky fans have been upgraded to courtside seats, courtesy of Steinhafels. Since 1934, Steinhafels has been a family-owned business providing quality furnishings, mattresses, and home decor. Learn more at steinhafels.com. 47-37, Wisconsin leading Windy City. 3:23 to go in the first half. Simonovic was wide open and the pass was too high.
They played a zone in that situation, a little matchup situation. They didn't communicate it. He was wide open. Another turnover by Windy City. It's already 10 of them.
Hurd with 9 turnovers in this one. As Waters looking for an opening, double team behind the back pass. Not sure who it was going to. Jones ended up with it. So Simonovic picks up his 3rd foul. And the young fella, it has been a frustrating night for him tonight. Now they're seeing 3 fouls, a technical. 8 points, 6 rebounds as well. Javin Delorier with the free throw. Of course, Delorier out of Duke. 12-point lead now, largest lead of the game for Wisconsin. Looking for Simonovic on the alley-oop, but the Herd broke it up. Getting physical with the big guy. Here's Jones, kicks it back outside. Waters is wide open for the three. Back inside to Jones. Now to the corner. Good ball movement. Now Tucker. 6 on the shot clock. He'll take the three. Or was it a pass? He'll say it's a pass. And Larrier throws up a shot off the back of the iron. He beat the shot clock, so we play on. Kind of a wild sequence there, Brian.
Wild sequence, but the Herd have been all over the glass. Like, Windy City has not got a single body on body in this first half, it feels like. Like a simple box out. At some point, there's got to be a little bit of pride, Ted, and say, I'm going to not let you get an offensive rebound. Jones is crashing. Tucker's crashing. Everybody is, and they're getting rewarded. That's why they're being out-rebounded by so much.
You could throw Delorier in there, too.
Yeah.
All 3 guys have 7 rebounds in this game. Inside Jones. What a great pass to Delorier, and that is blocked by Cook, and Cook can't believe it.
Yeah, I thought that was a jump ball, too, Ted. Now, I get with the one thing that you don't see is the body. If the body comes together, that's where there's going to be a foul. You look at this here. Yeah, and that's where you get the body, right? Like, and so for me, good call.
Yeah, from our angle, I thought it was a good block, too.
Yeah.
But you see exactly what the officials saw from that angle, and there was a lot of body in there. Delorier with the free throw. He's 2 of 2 from the free throw line and has 4 points. Yes, because of the G League free throw rule.
There you go. Nobody likes the officials. But they've done a great job tonight. Honestly, they've kept it a great pace. You know, this league is so hard to ref because there's so many athletes in this league that drive hard, attack, put pressure on it. They're doing a fantastic job.
It is a tough job.
Oh, especially in this league.
A loose ball picked up by the Bulls. Drop off to Calendray on the alley-oop. 1:05 to go in the half. Herd still up, 51-39. And Waters, no call on that one. Thompson will take it himself and finish for 2.
And this is a situation, though, end of quarter, you want to kind of keep that lead you've built. Don't let it all evaporate as quickly as you can. It's a 10-point game. You've had this chance. You've got the lead a little bit. You just got to keep it.
Jones, three-pointer is short. Calendray with the rebound. 30 seconds to go. Well, we've been seeing the Herd come back from 18-point deficits. And as we said, hey, no lead is safe in the G League.
Absolutely.
And that goes for the opposing
other
team
way
as well.
Yeah.
Alford with the miss. Alford 0 of 2 from the three-point line in this first half. Larrier take a 3 and miss, and Herd with a 10-point lead. Tucker, Jones, Gabriel, Cunliffe, and Waters, the same starters for the Wisconsin Herd starting the second half. Same for the Windy City Bulls with Lindsey, Cook, Simonovic, Thompson, and Dotson on the court. And Cunliffe coming over to the corner, caught that sideline, stepped out of bounds, turnover to start the second half. Dotson working against Cunliffe, kicks to the corner. Cook now. And Cook, little runner through the lane. They held them to 8 points in that first half. 5-on-4, and Cunliffe buries the three. They get an advantage, you got to take advantage of it. Cook working against Tucker, and foul coming up on Rajon. So first team foul for Rajon. It'll be the first of the second half. Little hand check there.
Hand check there. Otherwise, you had the I believe it was Gabriel who was helping on it with the trip, but
it goes in the book against Tucker.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously had to have seen the hand check there. They'll love that call with letting him play a little bit, but anytime you drive, you fall down. There's probably going to be something.
Cook with a free throw, good for 2, up to 12 points now. Yeah, it won't take a lot for him to get going. Gabriel almost ended up in the stands. And Simonovic picks up his 4th foul. He's doubled over in the corner there. I don't know if he's injured or...
Yeah, he is injured a little bit. This is the one basketball-wise that it gets you every once in a while. And it's a good piece of efficiency to try and give him enough time to catch his breath a little bit.
So 54-45. Simonovic will go to the bench and catch his breath.
You're a veteran in this. How do you explain that otherwise? I say catch the breath. What's the best way to explain that one?
Waters with the 3. I didn't see it initially until
I saw
the
it right
replay.
away. I need to see the reaction. That's all I needed to see. It's happened to me one too many times.
That's where I turned to the professional. I turned to the analyst. Oh, Baxter with the miss. And now Tucker! Wind it up, throw it down, Rajon.
You don't want to turn to me. Ask me how to do that, though, because that never happened in my world.
Oh, my goodness. There's another one to Tucker, and he was just a little bit behind the backboard. Oh, man.
Did you see where his head was?
There's Cook now. Step through, easy throwdown for Tyler Cook. Yeah, did he hit his head on the backboard again?
He did, but it came pretty close.
He did that in the 2019-2020 season. Hit his head on the backboard.
Like that's unbelievable.
You get an offensive foul on, I believe, Gabriel.
It was on the screen. Rolled out to the defender, which then led to the foul called to come.
Yeah, that's going to be the 4th on Wenyon. So Gabriel, forward out of Kentucky, goes to the bench. And then we get a technical foul.
Jamario Jones.
So Jamario picks up the technical. You know, that was one of the things Jamario said coming into the season. I'm not going to talk to the official.
There's no way that's happening. I didn't believe it when he said it, and I'm not going to believe it there's no way. But that's what makes him so special, right? Like the energy that he plays with as a coach, you can't, you're going to be mad, but you can't be mad all in the same breath, right?
Yeah, second season with the Wisconsin Herd. Yeah, I mean he is high energy. And just an amazing basketball player as Tucker knocks down a three-pointer.
I just like my money too much, so I wasn't going to get technical because otherwise the G League was going to take it out of my paycheck.
Waters stays with it, and Tremont with another two. Now a steal. Nope. Windy City keeps it. Tucker thought he had it for a moment. I thought he had it. 10-point lead. And going the other way, so.
Well, and Ray John did a great job of getting over the handoff. So we talked a lot about dribble handoffs in the last game. He does a great job of getting over it. Therefore, you can't catch us. They want to go with it. They want to show it. Does a great job of getting over the top. It's a good call.
So that is the second foul on Thompson. First team foul on the Bulls. Waters with the miss. Jones is battling for the rebound. And the Bulls end up with it. And Coach Domerson ends up with the ball, and that's never a good thing when a pass ends up in the coach's hands.
No. In college, you're going to come sit next to the coach if you do that. At least here, there's a little wiggle room.
Inside, Gilmore. Broken up by Dotson. Good hands by Devon Dotson. So the Herd looking for their 7th straight win to start the season. You go back to that season, the last time they were on the court, the 2019-2020 season. 33-10, best record in the G League when COVID shut everything down. Didn't play in the G League bubble down in Orlando last year. And amazingly, after missing that year, come right back and are just as good, if not better, than they were in 2019-2020.
Well, I think it just speaks volumes of what they're trying to accomplish. I think culture-wise, they have what they want. I think the communication between the Bucks and the Herd is so good that they understand, what they're trying to do. It also helps when you look at this roster. And they've got a couple of guys back that had success in that 2019-20 season.
Jones back, Tucker back. Yeah, Tucker only played 16 games in that season before he was called up by the Utah Jazz. He got a walk on.
But he understood. He understood what the foundation was, right? I think that's so crucial. Because in this league, very rarely are you able to get guys that understand what the foundation you're trying to play at is.
Floater is off the mark. Delorier with the rebound. Here's Waters.
I'll tell you, one of our keys was box out, right? Well, they've done a great job. I'm not giving Windy City second chance opportunities.
Tucker. They fouled him, and he still found a way to finish.
It's just when what I love about Tucker is his ability as an athlete, right? But he's not just an athlete. In this league, you'll see guys be on rosters just because they are an athlete. And a lot of teams feel like they can develop that athlete into a basketball player. Rajon Tucker's a basketball player who is an athlete, not an athlete who wants to be a basketball player. That's the biggest difference.
Most of the time when people leave their feet and they're in the air, you lose strength.
Absolutely.
He didn't lose strength on that.
Absolutely.
Took the hit midair, still figured out a way to finish the shot, and then makes the free throw. And still smiling that he's 2 for 2 from the free throw line. That's tough. When you go 1 for 5 on Monday night, he knew it. He was beating himself up over that. Comes back tonight. So far, so good. 64-53. Wisconsin leading Windy City. Under 7 to go in the third. The big shot by Dotson. 10 points in the game now for Devon. Their two-way player out of Kansas. Tucker feeling it from the outside. That's off the mark. Rebound by Dotson. Look at the defense by Waters. Dotson changes direction multiple times and then finishes. From Waupun for the national anthem. We're getting some more schools here. Meanwhile, we go back to action. 64-58. Herd leading the Bulls. 6:20 remaining in the third. Ted Stefaniak, Brian Butch with you tonight. Wigginton. Oh, that is blocked. Troy Baxter Jr. My goodness.
That was, how do I say it? Impressive, to say the least.
You need to capitalize all those letters in impressive, though. Man. Windy City making a little run here. Baxter Jr. all the way to the hoop. Yeah, after that block, he's got a little momentum.
Yeah,
Feeling
exactly,
pretty good.
yeah. And so does Windy City here, right? When you're the Herd, you want to just get some easy baskets now. Slow it down a little bit. Run some actions. Right now, there's too much standing going on. Now, I know they're taking advantage of the mismatch, but I still don't love that offensive possession because there's a lot of standing.
But in the end, it's Terry Larrier picking up his 10th point. He gets the Herd lead back to 6. Now a steal by Javin DeLaurier. The Herd give it right back. Cook out to the corner, and Cook.
Charge on Cook. Yeah, Waters does a great job of stepping in, making sure he's there. That's what Waters does such a great job as that guard. You're going to come back and set that defense. When it's covered and your big's back, you can get out. But really good job at transition defensive.
Tremont does so many things. It's not just scoring. And on Monday, as DeLaurier stays with it and gets the easy two. But on Monday, we were talking about an apology to Waters.
Yeah, right.
He's averaging over 17 points a game. We hardly talk about him.
Yeah.
A quiet 17 and 6 assists a night.
Well, the 6 assists, I think, are what sets up the 17 points. Like, being unselfish allows you to score more. And so many basketball players don't realize that.
Wigginton up to 9 points after that last bucket for the Herd. Cook lost the handle. Loose ball, guys on the floor. Baxter, now he loses the handle. Larrier changes direction midair and misses the shot. He took a shot to the head. We play on. 4 minutes to go in the third. Alford guarded by DeLaurier. Inside to Cook. Cook is going to be fouled by Gilmore.
So we just saw a sequence back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Again, you got to understand when to attack, when not to attack, when to pull it out, read all those things. Ted, we were also talking about when scoring, right? Like on the offensive side, so many kids, especially high school kids, young kids watching this broadcast tonight, they think they got to be a scorer. And here's the key. When the defense knows you're a scorer, what does the defense do? The defense shifts over. They're going to be on the block, they're going to be on the elbows, and they're going to look at you. So that whole defense, so you're not going one-on-one, you're going 1-on-5. But if you're an assist guy first, like Waters, and he's able to get around, now the defense doesn't know where it's at. So you can attack. You can be a better scorer. All of that just because you're willing to pass. But especially this generation, everyone wants to be the guy. Everyone wants to be a scorer. It's so hard to score because the defense is loaded up to you.
Waters is doing everything and more. Larrier, that is off the glass. He thought he had a three-pointer. Instead, he'll go to the free throw line. So 70-62. As DeLaurier will grab a seat on the bench. Yeah, so many other ways to contribute on the court. And for a lot of guys, you have to find a different way to get those minutes.
Absolutely.
So only one basketball on the court.
Absolutely. And that's, I think, the biggest thing, though, is understanding you still can be a scorer, but you have to be a willing passer because it makes your job as a scorer easier.
Cook finds an easy layup with the left hand. By the way, that free throw by Larrier gets him up to 13 points in the game. Gilmore answers with a three-pointer as well. So 76-64. Coming up on 3 minutes left in the third. From the corner. And nothing but net that time for Kerwin Roach, guard out of Texas. Jones back to Wigginton. Good shot fake. Now the kick to Larrier. There's a
excited to get back at it a little bit.
Good to see him. The family was here the other night. Coached the first 2 seasons for the Wisconsin Herd. 2:20 to go in the third. 76-67. Waters leading the Herd with 14 points tonight. Larrier with 13. Tyler Cook once again leading Windy City. He's got 20 points on the night. And Cook, that is blocked by Gilmore, but a foul coming up on Michael.
You look at that again. We talk verticality a lot, Ted, right? You got to be straight up, straight down. There wasn't verticality there. Your shoulders turned. Whether it was all ball or not really isn't going to matter in that situation. You turn, they're going to get you every time.
So Cook to the free throw line. 3 of 5 from the line so far tonight. And that is his 4th make. And again, worth 2 points, so he's up to 22 points on the night.
Not to say this, but it almost feels like a quiet 22, right? Like last Monday, he did the majority of his work in the second half. He had 8 in the first half, but I think a lot of it comes out of pick and roll. Goodness gracious.
Second big block for Baxter. Impressive. Are you capitalizing all the letters and impressive again that time?
I think we have to, yeah.
Yeah. Larrier falling out of bounds, buries the three-pointer. He had to get the shot up to beat the shot clock.
And that should be capitalized as well. And that's the thing with Larrier. He's got when you look at him, he's got an NBA body. He's got skill set. Now is a consistency. What is he able to do night in and night out? How does he use his length? How is he able to score?
They gave Larrier a 2-pointer, not a 3-pointer on that last shot.
And for an example, Herd fans, look at Rajon Tucker, right? What does he do? Night in and night out, consistent. Now and that's why he got the call up 2 years ago. So at what point are you able to kind of find that consistency night in and night out?
I thought they might try to leak one out to Rajon again. Instead, they set up the offense. Jones looking for Larrier. He's got the hot hand, and it continues. Wow, 18 points for Terry Larrier. And again, he has seen very few minutes the last few games, just due to the guys coming up from Milwaukee. That 3-ball is good by Baxter. Two seconds. Tucker at the buzzer.
Can't go wrong with a good win.
I know you're a fan. So here we go. Start of the fourth quarter. Wisconsin Herd leading by 10. 82-72. Ted Stefaniak, Brian Butch with you tonight. It's been a good game for the Herd. Inside they go. Roach is fouled and a free throw coming up. This game's been a little bit different than what we've seen the last few times where the Herd have trailed by as many as 18 points, had to come back, and they wouldn't make that run until pretty much the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they've done a good job defensively, and Coach Allen's upset right now. just because there was a lack of communication and not playing together. And then you saw a couple of swings of the ball from Windy City, then it results in a quick, easy backdoor, then that results in a free throw attempt, and obviously 2 points there.
They haven't had to play from ahead too often in the fourth
No,
quarter.
you're right.
We know they can win by coming from behind. It's a different mentality as Larrier continues to score. He's up to 19 points now. But certainly different from a come from behind, from a leading, trying to hold on to the lead mentality. Delorier had it for a moment, had it long enough, and is fouled, and that's going to be number 5 on Marko Simonovic. Now Marko has just not been able to get on track tonight.
No, it's been one of those nights for him. Ball gets picked right away from him, and then it's an easy call. It's a foul.
Been averaging almost 18 points a game this season. Had 18 against the Herd on Monday. So far sitting at 8 points, 6 rebounds tonight. And Tucker flexes the muzzle as he comes out of the pack with 2 more.
And night in and night out, the energy you get from Tucker is fantastic.
Well, the energy, the attitude.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, positive, most of the time smiling, all the time determined. He's talking to the crowd right now. He's having a great time. He talked about wanting to come back here. If he was going to be in the G League this year, or at least for a while, he wanted to be here in Oshkosh. Loves the fans, loves the organization, and ultimately, wants to end up with an NBA team. That's the goal for everyone out here on the court.
Exactly. And he does a good job. And I mean, again, there's spots that need guys like him. If you're a Herd fan, you hope he sticks around a little bit for you.
Yeah, that was the thing. When he went to the showcase in 2019, he didn't come back.
Kind of knew that was going to be the case.
Yeah. Larrier with a miss, and Calendray comes away with the rebound. 3-pointer from that right wing, no good. Simonovic gets the offensive rebound. Dotson looking for an opening and is fouled. He's got a free throw coming up. The Herd have out-rebounded Windy City 39-30 in this game. Simonovic, 7 rebounds, but again, limited to only 20 minutes in this game because of foul trouble. Larrier will get a break. I don't think he's going to be on the bench too long. 19 points in the game, one shy of a season-high 20. He had that in Motor City a couple weeks ago. Hey, by the way, all you fans watching on TV 32 in Northeast Wisconsin tonight, and seeing all the home games broadcast on TV 32. This year, you can watch all the the road games on TV 32 as well. We've got back-to-back games coming up from Grand Rapids on Friday and Saturday night. Both days will be 6 o'clock tip times. Look at it.
Wow, we're seeing both bigs for the Wisconsin Herd and for Windy City get into some foul trouble tonight. I think one of the most important things right now with the Herd, you're up by 10, there's 9:45 left, we've seen leads evaporate. How do you handle each possession on the offensive end, and defensively, how do you stay focused? Those are what you've got to look at.
Missed free throw, missed opportunity for Windy City. It remains a 10-point lead for Wisconsin. And Roach
that's just not a smart foul by Roach. I mean, Roach grabbed him and threw him down. This is just not good defense at all. And I like to try to put a spin on it, but, you know, we got 6 fouls in 3 minutes here, and it's because, you know, I understand guys are trying to play a little bit more physical fourth quarter. But you also have to play smart in this situation. You're only down 10 if you're Windy City. Now you've put them 1 foul closer to get to the free throw line in bonus situations.
Dotson working against Waters, and Dotson gets all the way to the hole. I don't know. I have to go back to that foul on Tucker. I'm not sure.
You thought that
wasn't?
No,
it was a foul.
Oh, I was going to say.
Tucker sold it, though.
Roach rode him from the block all the way out, though, and that's the problem is you want to play good defense. It's got to start early.
There's Jamario Jones. His first points of the game. Jamario, you know, just a rebounding machine, nearly 10 rebounds a game all season long. On the cusp of that again tonight. Dotson, 3-ball, no good. Tucker grabs this rebound.
And why was I so harsh about the foul call, right? Well, if you're Windy City, you want to score when the clock is stopped. And if you want to come back, you don't want to put the herd on the line.
Wigginton misses, followed by Delorier. That was blocked. Windy City hanging around here. Missed shot. Here's JJ. They'll leave him open for the 3. He thought he made it.
He sure did.
He was so confident.
JJ, I'm sorry, you're not Steph.
Oh, my goodness. Mr. Energy.
And if you're Coach Allen, you can live with that a little bit, right? Like you just can.
Wow, Rajon with the block.
Making a game.
Well, Dotson with an opportunity at the free throw line. Knocks down the free throw. Two-way player for the Chicago Bulls. That free throw worth 1 point. And now Wisconsin will get possession of the ball. So working with a 9-point lead. Trying to keep their record perfect on this season. They were 6-0 in the month of November. Kick to the corner, Wigginton. Out to Waters, he's open. Had enough time and finds the bottom of the net. Tremont Waters.
Great set by the herd. Tucker drives baseline. They see the corner guy wide open because the help came from the corner. One more pass, really good.
And right back comes Cook. You have to find a way to slow him down the stretch here. 24 points in the game now for Tyler Cook. Waters. Dotson, what a battle here. Calendre reached in. It's quite the matchup.
Oh, absolutely. And it's really tough because you want to give the space. And now we talk with 6:38 left. What are the herd right now? They're in the bonus, right? Like when you're trying to mount a comeback, and that's why I made such a big deal about it when it happened.
So one free throw, and that is good for 2 points. So 93-81. And we will stop the clock for a moment as they reset the shot clock. The Herd with 44 points off the bench tonight compared to the Bulls' 14 points.
Yeah, really good. I mean, and they've got it from a little bit of everybody.
Second chance points, much different tonight. 10 points for the Herd, but only 1 point for the Bulls.
You can tell that film for them said, we need to be better at making sure we close out possessions.
So Larrier back into the game. Larrier and Waters both leading the herd in scoring with 19 points apiece. Tucker has 12. .12 lead for Wisconsin. And Michael Gilmore flying through the lane. 12 points for Michael. Man.
Just out of simple pick and roll action too, right? Like it's.
Oh, Gilmore almost had the steal. Almost, not enough. Cook grabs it and finishes. Free throws coming up, or a free throw coming up for Wigginton. By the way, Michael Gilmore, 12 points. That's a new season high for him.
I really like the way Gilmore's played, though. Like he lets it come to him, but it really, like, for a guy that, is trying to crack this, is patient with it, and every game he plays, he's doing all the little things for this team.
Dotson buries the three. 95-86. Waters, little step back here, top of the key, off the mark. Rebound, Cunliffe. He'll pull it out. 10 seconds on the shot clock. That is well off the mark. Now Dotson. Behind the back. Watch out. Cook has the ball. Working against Gilmore. A little spin move. That's short. Good job by Gilmore on the defense that time.
You're right, because the double team was supposed to come from the top and Larrier, and was a little late in getting there.
Wigginton, that's in and out. Another opportunity here for Windy City. And Windy City unable to punish some misses by Wisconsin.
And it's the little, I like seeing good games, and it just, to me, again, some of the careless fouls lead to this. When you're trying to come back, Ted, you can't be sending the other team to the free throw line. Now, you get somewhat rewarded because you miss it there, but it's tough.
First miss of the free throw line for Tucker tonight. And Windy City misses, and now Gabriel fighting for the ball. Waters comes away with it. Wigginton left open for the three. And here come the Bulls. Sloppy the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dotson spinning, big step, and gets it to go. We can see why the Bulls made him a two-way player.
No question.
And Larrier says, you know what? I've been hanging around 19 for a while. I'm just going to go ahead and get that season high right now. 22 points now for Terry.
9 of 18 for the, really, really good tonight he's been.
Roach with a little answer there, little jumper in the paint. 8-point game. Closing in on that 3-minute mark. Inside, Gabriel misses. Roach kept it alive. Now Larrier picks it up. Kicks it back out. Wigginton. Wigginton one-on-one against Dotson, and it's the weak side defender that comes over. Thompson that gets a piece of it. And a whistle on that. They'll get Tucker on the foul with 2:39 to go. Well, early in the season, so if you're following the G League at all, a little bit different format this season. The first 12 games of the season, will determine the top 8 teams in the entire league. Those top 8 teams play in a tournament in Las Vegas the week of December 19th. $100,000 on the line for the winning team. So all of these games, even though it's early in the season, are huge as these teams try to get into that top 8. A big three-pointer there by Lindsay. So it's a 5-point game. Herd trying to get that 7th win, trying to keep pace with Rio Grande Valley, who has started the season 8-0.
Yeah. Don't love that shot there by Waters. You got a 5-point lead, 2 minutes left. Trying to drive, attack. You're able to get to free throw line if you put some pressure at the rim. All those things are good. Instead, you settle.
And out of bounds. It goes. Windy City will keep it. So 1:56 remaining. 5-point lead for the Herd. Bulls trying to close the gap. Thompson drops it off inside to Cook. Yeah, you need a basket, you're going to Cook.
Absolutely.
3-point game, 1:46 to go. Waters guarded by Cook now. See what Waters wants to do here. Goes right to the hoop, kicks out, finds a wide open Rajon Tucker. He lines up the 3. That's off the mark. Wenyon Gabriel offensive rebound. Big rebound for the Herd. And offensive foul.
Ted, I actually think that was a really good call.
Another look at it.
Roach does a good job of just getting, and Tucker's elbow comes right in the throat. It's a good call. Now, how can the Herd defend? What do they've got to do? Going to go pick and roll, and they're going to look at Cook going downhill. You got to make sure you get bodies in front of them.
It's a 1-point game.
Difference was there was only one body there, Ted. Not
keep that record perfect. Waters, Gabriel. Now Tucker one-on-one with Thompson. Out to Larrier, throws it down. 3-point lead. 54 seconds to play.
Great drive, simple action, and then you had the dive.
Thompson now. Dotson, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Working against Waters. Lost the handle. Who's got it? It'll be Windy City ball.
It's off Gabriel's foot. There's 7 on the clock now. Got Roach looking the screen for Thompson.
Thompson takes a shot with 4 on the shot clock. Tucker goes up and grabs the rebound. He went above the rim for that one.
Now, you don't need a foul there. And if you look at Windy City's bench, they're frustrated with this foul.
Watch this rebound.
And that's what Tucker does such a great job of now. Goes to the free throw line. In a situation like this, though, Roach didn't need to foul. They had more than enough time. To defend and then still, get a possession, especially in the G League when you can call that timeout to advance the ball.
And if you're new to the G League, we're inside of 2 minutes here at the end of the game, so we go back to traditional free throw format. Instead of just shooting one free throw,
Absolutely,
you shoot the regular number of free throws.
I do like this. I mean, I understand the one free throw for 2 points, but there's some value in this. Now, Windy City called the reset, so all they're doing, they're bringing it down, reset, they're going to inbounds it. It's very simple. It's just advancing the ball.
Now, you do not have an opportunity to talk to your team.
No, they're not now. There's a substitution here. There's a little bit of some time that you can steal.
But it's not designed
You don't
for
get
that.
it, no. But so every coach, every team has a reset play where they practice and everybody understands what is at stake and what they're supposed to run.
Alford gives it up. Thompson. Alford has not made a point tonight. And that one is short and goes. Windy City looking for a 5-second call. Hurd do a good job getting it inbounds, and then Larrier is fouled. So 24 points for Larrier. He's the leading scorer for Wisconsin tonight. And he will go to the free throw line, a chance to increase his point total and help the Herd build on a 4-point lead.
And the difference with that play right there is very simple. Rajon Tucker would not be denied getting the basketball. And that's what great players do, Ted. That's what great players do.
Speaking of great players, Tyler Cook, another 30-point game. So back-to-back 30-point games for the Windy City Chicago Bull two-way player.
11 of 15, right? That's great efficiency.
Dotson had 22 tonight. Lindsay 13. Larrier, second free throw, no.
They're going to take away the three. This play design is probably set up for a three, however.
They were looking for Cook. And they're going to get Rajon Tucker on the foul. Rajon says, he wants coach to use his challenge here.
And Coach Allen doesn't have any timeouts left. That's why he can't change.
So Cook goes to the free throw line. 4 for 6 from the line tonight is Cook. And Cook, big free throw there, makes it a 1-possession game, trying to get it to a 2-point game. Fans chanting Chick-fil-A. If somebody misses 2 free throws in a row in the fourth quarter, there's a prize.
They're still chanting. He made the first one, though. I don't want to burst their bubble, though.
Fans love their chicken in Oshkosh.
I don't want to burst their bubble.
So now the Herd will advance the ball on the reset. It's a 2-point game, 11.9 seconds to go. I really appreciate the Herd setting up these great TV dramatic finishes for us.
Oh, it's always
every
been
game
good
this season so far.
So now Windy City has no timeouts. The Herd have no timeouts, no advances left. So you're going to play out this last 11.9.
Inbound is to Gabriel, and he is fouled right away by Cook. That's the 4th foul on Cook. And Gabriel will go to the free throw line. 1 of 2 from the line tonight. 7 points, 10 rebounds for Wenyon in this game. See what Wenyon has done tonight. Hit a 3-pointer in this game. And the first free throw is off the mark, so a 2-point game. This is a big one.
It's huge. With no timeouts here, if you're Windy City, if he makes this, obviously at that point you got to go for 3. Miss it, you got everything that is ahead of you.
Second one is off the mark as well. It's a 2-point game. Windy City can tie with a 2, win it with a 3. Shot clock is off. Here's Lindsay. Got it! 2.6 seconds to go. No timeouts. Tucker with the ball. Shot on the way for the win. Off the mark. And the